Welcome to Warblog. Well, I didn't mean to do anything so soon after the other one, a mere 3 days. But I've been staring at the sort of the news and things, and it would appear that sort of no matter where you look at it, that Ukraine has invaded the Kursk region. And I thought, oh no, I'll do that, in a bit. And I thought, well, I always say that, I bookmark so many things and then I'd never do them. So I've just done it. And I thought, I've seen some pictures of some aircraft, but I don't think they're F-16s. I think they're just sort of other things. But I thought, oh, I'll put the F-16s in there just for the hell of it. But obviously, the Russians then get their MiGs. But the thing is, they don't get their MiGs until turn 4. They're only 3-3s, just because that's what the counters are. I can't be able to sort of change them. But I thought, obviously they're quite rare. So one application for the F-16s are sort of surprise raids, but I don't think they're that surprised. I mean, I don't think it'll take them 4 days to react, but it's just 4 game turns, I suppose. It's okay. I've no idea what the balance of it is like because I haven't played it yet. But both sides will have air power, which means that there'll be the interesting dilemma of air superiority, because that's what you do. Yeah, but both sides also get air defense. But I don't think, to be quite honest, it's probably a mistake. I don't think I've given both sides the right amount of air defense. I think I just sort of plonked some in for the Ukrainians and then didn't bother doing it again. Oh no, they got 2. And the Russians have got 1. But they have their Lancets. The Ukrainians don't have any drones to start off with. So let me just maybe pause that and add a couple of drones. So I've now added some drones. You just have to trust me on that. I suppose, because I can never find the refresh button. I suppose we can go home and back into here. And then you'll see the drones probably somewhere. There they are, Ukrainian drones. Anyway, let's just play this. I don't want to play for too long because it's only 8 o'clock and I'm tired. Already, I'm just permanently tired. So anyway, it's a surprise operation. So, but obviously the main mechanism units here, but there's reinforcements here, here, and here on turn 2. So I don't know. I mean, I think the thing to do would be to sort of come down this road to see how far we can get. It's an interesting situation, really, because I think sort of the pro-Russian people, you can get to the border, the pro-Russian people are sort of playing it down as though it's just an inconvenience. But I don't think they would do that if it was just an inconvenience. I think the first thing you've got to sort of realise is that, well, first off, the front line, they push a front line here. It's no different to being here than it is to where it is. So if they can hold somewhere here, so that forcing the Russians to actually fight them back, as they would, say, here, then the damage is done on Russian soil, which is quite damaging to their sort of, I don't want to say their psyche, but obviously it doesn't, it doesn't really do Putin any good to sort of find that, all these towns are going to have to be fought back bit by bit. There should be a village. I haven't put it in there. I'm not going to do it again yet. Let me pause just so I make sure I've done it. Yeah, I've updated on the main game, but I'm not going to update this game. But basically, if they have to fight for all these places back, they're not all big, but this is a big one, but they haven't taken that. It's sort of on the periphery. I don't think they will. So they can get to there. Let's just sort of... Now, the thing is, we got some sort of decisions, because there's a lot to take over here. Do we go along the road, or do we go across country? I don't know. sort of do it like that. Okay, so in the first instance we can just... that's Russian. Oh, no. Select again. Maybe we want to take that out, so let's just blow it up. Okay, so it starts off with sort of artillery on that. Let's put in some drones. And our F-16s. So we spent everything peppering that up. So we knocked him out of there. And we've routed him. We don't want to get too near to that right now. So that's our first move. And it's okay, but we haven't really even crossed the border anywhere yet. But obviously the Russians are alerted, so let's see what they can do. Well, obviously they've lost a unit. It's looking like they're probably just going to sit there. We've got this reactionary force here. So I probably want to sort of come down this road, maybe try and... I wonder how far we can get down here. Okay, that we'll just have to do there. So that's all they can really do. Because they've been caught by surprise. So now the Ukrainians have these reinforcements. And these special forces. The road has been blocked. But if we can take that out, we've got the units to advance on it. So let's just do artillery. And drones 0.95. Okay, so it's nearly 5. Let's get these F-16s in there. 1. See, they don't do much damage, but he's at 0.6. Not as high as the other one, but we should just be able to walk straight through him now. He is entrenched, but let's see what this does. An exchange. DR. Okay. So we've taken that, and this should be, we should be able to get rid of him, possibly, but we should, yeah. So it's quite expensive, but we managed to take that, leaving all of this sort of open. With, we could have used him, couldn't we, to sort of supported that operation. We don't have any support down here, but that's not a big problem because we can do that next turn. These special forces along the road, they don't go very fast. Let's keep air defences with them. So here we've presumably we should just route straight through these. Let's see what 2 units do. I think we've got some combined arms going on here. DR, so we push them out of their entrenchments, which is the main thing. We can follow up. So this is presumably all the surrenders and the troop captures that we've sort of seen some pictures of. Looking at the BBC thing here. Getty images. That's why I don't use images, those are all my images. Right, so is that because we've got that? It's a bit of a pain, but I don't really know whether it's, I mean, the server's not crashed for a while, so that's that. This will be a 3-to-1, won't it? In theory, possibly more because we're mechanized. Yeah, so we'll push them back. Let's push them back again. And can we get into this town? No, but we can do that. That should give us a 3-to-1. Yep, so we'll push them back. Oh, that was a DE, but they just were pushed back. So again, it looks quite good from the point of view of a simulation. It looks as though we've made some ground. We've basically knocked out this weak front line, giving us the ability to sort of exploit through here. We had a bit of a stumble there, a bit of a stumble here. We've yet to sort of crack into this. The Russians have put their reinforcements forward, but they weren't able to do much, but it slowed us down a bit. So we're now on Russia turn 2. They've got some reinforcements coming in. But probably not enough. Okay. Ooh, so they're still defending. So now it's the Ukrainian next turn. This is going to be a nut to crack, but we're going to have to do something here. Artillery. Zero, zero. .5, 2.6. We might just do that with a basic. He should have moved back into there, really. Right, let's see what we can do with the air power. Oh, lost the drone. That wasn't good. That weakens their offensive, but that's how it works. So 4.8. Okay. He's already moved forward. We don't have anything else to support that, do we? I'm a bit reluctant to do this, but because it's just a game. Because the question is, are we going to get the factor, the 5 times factor? Oh, an exchange. We got the factor though. 1, 2, 3 times 6, 6, 12, 18. Or not. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's 15 times the surround, 20%. Something like that. They might be able to attack our next turn. So that was expensive. However, we should have bought this in. Could have done that. This should be a 3-to-1. Oh, no. This is in a little town. Ouch. So that was bad. Okay, this should be a 3-to-1 here. Yes, but it was just an exchange because of a bad dice roll. So this might just be a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 exchange. Okay, I'm being a bit impetuous here, but sort of not so bothered. So we've not got any preparation on this, but we've got a surround and lots of units with some sort of combined arms going on there. Yeah, he's only defending on a 2, which is interesting. However, he's retreated into there. which is not good because he'll get a big bonus. Well, not so much of a bonus, but anyway, that's that. So that turn wasn't so great for the Ukrainians. And now the Russians they've got lancets, you see now. Right. So we want to defend here. So it might be good to try and use some lancets on this unit. We routed it. 5.25. This guy didn't do so well, did he? Or was it? Let's try this. Aborted. Let's try another one. Let's try here. We might be able to just take him out. So we're seeing all this quarter effect. We're seeing all these sort of videos of these lancers taking things out, but of course it's exactly the same story as ever. We're only seeing the ones where it's being done. There's also other units. I was actually thinking today, looking at the videos, because they drive them straight into tree lines and hedges and you can still see them, but the thing is they're not obvious, and when you get a fair distance away they are actually camouflaged. Camouflage works. The landscape's so vast you don't really know where they are. You only know where they are when you can spot them, and if they can not be spotted, then they can do what they want, and it's quite interesting really how that works. It is sort of, I was thinking today, it is more conventional in the lines of Second World War and where vehicles are sort of going hull down in hedge lines and seeking cover, and this is quite dynamic. I mean, it's a little more dynamic, but it seems to me that it's not what I thought before, where it's just everyone was being turned into mincemeat. And I think that one of the things there is that it's not in the city. This is just across fields and open areas. Once they try to get into Sudska, it will get bloody. And this is the thing, is if they can hold some of these places, the Russians will have to fight them out, and they'll just be ruins, which is sort of will work for the Ukrainians because they're putting the war onto Russian soil and not onto Ukrainian soil, which won't make a huge amount of difference, but morally, the Russians it'll be worse for the Russians. They won't sort of like that too much. But anyway, I'm a bit tired. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I'm just sort of thinking, what else can the Russians do? So he's not moved. We don't want to attack that, but we could attack him. But we've not moved, so we leave him and recover. Well, we've got some units here, look. We've got some mechanised units. Did we get any up here? Yes. So we've now got some mechanised units to come in as well. So this is where the Ukrainians really needed to exploit quickly, because now obviously the Russians had a chance to respond, but this is just their first response. Okay, so we're going to sort of swing these guys around to face these. So we've almost got better odds now. Although they've got a lot here to work with. We'll leave him there to recover. He's fresh, so we can do something with him, but not a lot really. he's fresh, so he could attack. And so is he. We have to take chances here. So we've pushed those back. And we're taking another chance. And we've routed them. We've routed that mechanized unit, but he'll probably be able to push both these units out, but that was worth it for that. Here, we've done some damage. So we should have even better odds here. We've eliminated that unit. So it's really looking fairly dire now. All of a sudden, there's a lot of stuff down here. We've got this coming in this way, so we can either take these mechanized units this direction or bring them down here. I think we need to bring them down here. So we've got 2 to 1 unit wise, but we've got greater odds, and so it's the 3 to 1 and mechanized. So this is sort of like these mechanized vehicle assaults going on here, and everyone's fatigued now. But we've got a bit of a front line there, so it's all exciting stuff really. We can leave them to recover. Let's put them into the town. Oh, he can't move, so well, that's that. It's now the Ukrainian turn. They don't really have much more in the way of reinforcements anywhere, so maybe I should have put some more reinforcements in. But they've got to blow things up, haven't they? So there's all these units here appearing. .8. I should probably give the Ukrainians a bit more. So the thing is, I could do the attack, or I could use some other units, but with these drones we could maybe do with what's that there? Nothing much. So if that was a town, it would be quite nice, because we could get in there and get the defensive factors. But he's already in there, isn't he? He's in a town, a village, so he's going to get the defensive factors in there. I think we're going to have to try this. Limited resources. Ouch. Okay. See, the problem is they get good defences in these villages. Right, let's just blow these up. Could have done with putting artillery on that, really. So it's just resources are limited. Okay, so we pushed him back. It should be a 3-1. Got him out. Okay. Well, we should be able to at least get rid of him. He's still alive. At 11. Well, he's not moving anywhere, so we might as well eliminate this unit. Yeah. And here. See, it'll only really be on a 2. Seven to 1. Another DR. So it's not over. If the Ukrainians had a few more units, they would get the edge, but they're really up against it at the moment. So they're all Ukrainians there. They're all Ukrainians there. That's going to be very weak. But they've taken a pounding. I'm not sure if everyone will do much more because it's 36 minutes. I think we can see what's going to happen, but it's interesting. You know, now we've got loads of stuff, you see. I'm not going to play it anymore because it's going to take a long time. And I think basically the Ukrainians are going to be knocked out. But I think that's inevitable anyway. But I think if they had a few more units, it wouldn't have been a case of sort of just being wiped out. It would be a case of the Russians having to now fight them back. You know, if we'd had another set of reinforcements that were sort of mobile, you know, we could have an extra 2 or 3 units here, 2 or 3 units here, 2 or 3 units here. It's just a numbers game, really, but I think it's interesting, and it's interesting that they've done that. Because I don't think there's any way they can keep it, but it's difficult to actually regain this territory if they suddenly just want to stubbornly defend it, bringing, you know, the war onto Russian soil. But I thought I'd do this one just because I sort of I'm quite lazy. So I'm glad I did, but I got other things to do, so I'll leave it at that, and I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.